Yes. Sorry for having a bit of a slow start this morning, but don't worry, we will play the full hour as ever. Last time, when we left off, we had finally arrived at the Forbidden Zone dome entrance. Had a hell of an ending to our last stream, trying to clear out the mob of Robo-Scorpions that spawned, but we did it. All's well that ends well. We're now ready to head inside and confront Dr. Mobius on behalf of the think tank. As you'd expect, there winds up being a good bit of dialogue, but I think we may actually be able to finish Old World Blues today. Fingers crossed. Morning is Hedness, morning Nyron. I'm doing well, great to see both of you. Thank you for joining. Let's head inside.
Attention visitors! Combat experiment in progress. Please put on your goggles and take your rad-X now. The X-42 Giant Robo-Scorpion is alive! Awaken, my pet! Initiate your search and destroy protocol in the name of all that is Mobius!
Hi Ethan, hi Lone Wonder. Great to see both of you as well. Thank you for being here. So, first we have to deal with the X-42 Giant Robo-Scorpion, which is not nearly as hard as you'd think, as long as you're careful. If you look around, there are a lot of terminals you can activate that make dealing with it actually pretty easy. We're just gonna loot along on our way up. That radiation suit we'll grab because we can use it to repair our spacesuit when the need next arises, which it certainly will before the end of the game. Drone control terminal. X-42 Giant Robo-Scorpion test log. The Saturnite armor plating on the Giant Robo-Scorpion has exceeded expectations, mostly. While it's virtually impervious to small arms fire, the sonic emitter that Parsons brought in managed to fry several of the prototype subsystems. We'll have to look into improved EMP shielding for the next prototype. On a more positive note, the prototype's new atomic laser is performing admirably. Some residual radiation is left behind after the weapon discharges. It may be necessary to requisition more radiation suits and meds as a precaution. Target drone effectiveness log. The constant improvements to the Giant Robo-Scorpion has rendered the Protectron models we've been using as hostile communist forces largely ineffective. At this stage, they're little more than distractions. Activate target drones.
Oh, it looks like the target drones got activated and... Oh, how cute! They're engaging the X-42 Giant X-42! Attack! In the name of Mobius! This is a pre-recorded attack message indicating my desire to commit violence on you.
So we can watch these fireworks, it's kind of fun. Does the Giant Robo-Scorpion have more hit points than the legendary Deathclaw? Probably. I don't actually know.
You can't avoid the deadly laser sting of Dr. Mobius!
Good morning, Cyclo. Thank you for being here. It's great to have you. Great to see you. Yeah, Myron, you keep complaining about how Mafia 3 is kind of terrible. Why don't you just pack it in if it sucks so much? I mean, I get wanting to finish what you start, but if you're not having fun, then why keep playing?
X-42, attack in the name of Mobius!
Down to our last Protectron.
Crush them with your pincers! X-42, attack in the name of Mobius!
Almost.
can't avoid the deadly laser sting of Dr. Mobius!
And down it goes. That's everybody. So much for our target drones. Our security drones, or whatever they were called. Alright, let's search this office now. Since it hasn't spotted us yet. Come on now. There we go. The problem with my multiple screen setup is occasionally when I try to use the mouse wheel to scroll in-game or vice versa, I wind up with scrolling over in my papers and such on the other screen. It really throws me off. A lot of goodies in this particular little office. We're going to need our sonic emitter to get through to this one. Power regulation terminal. Big Mountain Research Network backup generator log. The new atomic laser is putting an incredible strain on the Giant Robo-Scorpion's generator. Damn thing shut down right in the middle of weapons testing last week. I pushed for reducing the laser's output by 25%. Instead, they slapped a backup generator onto the Scorpion. Dangerous, if you ask me. The systems weren't designed to handle the power from two systems at once. And if some rookie tech fires up the backup generator too early, well, activate backup generator. Warning, activating backup power at this stage can damage or destroy the prototype. Are you sure you wish to proceed? Of course. Come on now, what do you take me for? Activate the backup power.
To the end!
With that done, see how little damage has actually been done to it at this point. Let's see what else we can find. Or maybe at this point we can go ahead and try and finish it off.
You can't avoid the deadly laser sting of...
There we go. Next is to confront Dr. Mobius. Let's see, let's loot the 4 Protectron target drones I counted. The Robo-Scorpion itself, we don't get to loot, unfortunately. As you can see, it's gone. It is what it is. It still managed to get 1 hit on us, and it was one hell of a hit, as you can see, but all's well that ends well. There's a whole lot of loot in this room. We'll probably have to offload a couple of times in order to get everything out of it. That's fine. Emergency shutdown terminal password. Oh, wait, I don't want that. When was the last time I quick saved? Okay, good. No, I want to do that very hard hack. So we're going to leave that password where it is. Still cruising for experience for now. Oh hell, of course I am. I've got 10 levels left to gain. Let's clear out the ground level first, and we'll start checking out other catwalks. Badass Courier 6. Courier 6 turns into quite the badass over the course of his several ordeals. I did? Ah, an electric box? No, I looted that. Is that what you were talking about? Oh no, back here. Thank you. Alright, now let's do this. Thank goodness we didn't actually have to wear the stealth suit. That would have been a pain in the ass. Might as well stay crouched. I think I actually move faster crouched now than I do standing. That's that one. A lot of loot in here. We have destructible turrets too. And it's time for our first of probably several offloads. In Fallout 4, I wouldn't say you need everything you can pick up, but the thing that they decided to do in Fallout 4, which is both a blessing and a curse as someone like me tries to play through it, is in Fallout 4, literally everything is useful to some extent in terms of breaking it down, crafting stuff.
Should reach the big mountain force fields. Doing so could allow dangerous ideas and/or
into the sink for an offload. Yes, the voice module is disabled, which means we actually take drinks now, which is neat. Okay, none of our food is restocked yet. That's fine.
Might I be of service, sir? Might I be of service, sir?
Alright. He has not restocked. That's just the money I spent on repairs. But that being said, we can at
Might I
least
be
make
of
that
service,
back.
sir?
$328, huh? If I have anything low enough to work well with that. Ooh, the laser rifle might work.
Might I be of service, sir?
Yeah, nope, still too much. I really don't want to sell something and regret it. You know, not get as many caps as I could have. Scientist Club, that'll do the job. Sell that.
Might I be of service, sir?
Still not perfect, but getting there. Alright, let's get well rested. And roll back out once again. Well, I'm sure there is a patch that fixes everything. We're gonna be fine, though. I just need to be...
Do not attempt to breach the Big Mountain force fields. Doing so could allow dangerous ideas and/or creatures having those ideas to escape.
It's hard for me, but I just need to have a little patience, because the sink is gonna be our main house. We're gonna have plenty of opportunity to make back more money and buy that last implant. Let's pick open the average locked grenade box as I deal with 4 fucking emails at 6:30 in the morning. Thank you, attorneys on East Coast time. Turret control system. Hey, an average lock. That'll be good for a few experience points. Amplifies. 1 out of 9. And suddenly there's only 1 left. That makes it easy. Alright, new target, X-42 Giant Robo-Scorpion. Not that it matters, it's gone already, but still. As Nyron is so fond of saying, we punched it in the ass, and then it died. Another turret. Gone. the Bethesda motto, let the fans fix it. I don't remember, this one's Obsidian. Apparently they have the same motto too. But it's not the best. Like, games this big and this complicated are always going to have lots of bugs. It just... I don't even mind as long as patches are still rolling out. It's when they stop patching a game that still has bugs in it. That's when I start getting irritated. I mean, even everyone's Lord and Savior, The Witcher 3 had a boatload of bugs when it first came out. How many iterations did it go through? Emergency shutdown terminal locked very hard. So yeah, 98 science. We can just burn one of these Programmer's Digests. One of the very last ones we should ever have to use. Anticipating 4, correct. Anticipating, that's not it. Anticipating, that's not it, it's only 3. Anticipating, that's 5, that's not it either. Anticipating, that's only 3, that's not it. Anticipating, nope. Anticipating, nope. Anticipating, that might be it. 5 out of 12. Anticipating. Oh, that's too many, that's 5. Anticipating, alright, that's 4. Organization, that's 5. That's gotta be it. Emergency shutdown procedure log. Per instructions from the higher-ups, after that one time the Robo-Scorpion's attack routine malfunctioned, we've installed an emergency shutdown procedure. Let's hope we never have to use it. The prototype systems will all be fried, and we won't be up and running again for weeks. The military is expecting delivery of a battle-ready model within 6 months, and the project has already had enough delays. So with your 100 science, you can roll in and use that terminal to just shut the thing down completely. I don't know. I like destroying it. Just how I do, alright? Another turret. For a second I thought something had gotten crippled, but no, it's just put us in slow-mo because we killed something. Alright, so here is the door to the Forbidden Zone Dome. Which is, of course, where Dr. Mobius is and is our ultimate destination. Audio sample, Mobius's Robo-Scorpion. You found a recalibration file for the sonic emitter. Take it to the jukebox in the sink to recalibrate the sonic emitter for new effects. Completed. Find all of the audio samples for the jukebox. Return the samples to the sink. So that will take care of our final side quest when the time comes. Let's finish looting first. There's another layer here. Now, I suppose, just for giggles, we can go grab that password since we have done the hack. I don't like leaving things sitting around. Emergency shutdown terminal password. Yeah. Schematics. K9000 Fido. Schematics for upgrading the K9000 Cyberdog brain gun with a particularly aggressive and loyal cybernetic dog brain and a feisty red biogel suspension. Robot and Night Stalker splicing experiment holotape. This holotape contains robot and Night Stalker splicing data that can be used at the X8 biomechanical splicing terminal. Audio sample Mobius's Robo-Scorpion. This holotape contains an audio sample from Mobius's Giant Robo-Scorpion. It can be used to modify the sonic emitter weapon at the Sync's jukebox. And emergency shutdown terminal password. Einstein 314. It'll take weeks to get the prototype functional if we ever have to initiate the emergency shutdown procedure, but it's better than destroying the thing outright, at least until we get the 17 other prototypes we've requested. Alright. Before actually talking to Mobius, we're going to loot out his dome, of course. And in a twist that will shock nobody, Mobius isn't actually evil. Think Tank is. Go figure. Mobius is somewhere in here. Yeah, he's over there. For now, let's just run around and loot his dome. Dr. Mobius's glove. Now that one is unique. And here we've got Dr. Mobius's scrubs, which raise charisma, science, and intelligence. Actually quite good. Right here we got a bunch of ammo. Little bit of liquor and drugs, but Mobius is no Klein. You can see his consumption, his alcohol consumption is much more moderate. However, he's clearly overdosed on the mentats. And there they all are when they were still human. Next one. Scientist scrubs. Still worth taking to sell. Skip this for now. Brain tank. Sounds like it's snoring, which is kind of funny. Guess I don't need to be sneaking. This isn't stealing after all. There's another layer in an easy locked ammo box. Don't need that cup. That's a wasted pound. 2 more rooms. We may have to offload one more time before we advance to the endgame dialogues. So it goes. Oh, yep. We definitely will, because we're going to want that combat armor. Perhaps we can get everything else, or close to it. Let's make sure there's nothing outside, and let's check the last room. Perfect. Alright. Time for another offload, and then just a teeny bit of looting and endgame dialogue for the Old World Blues expansion. We'll go ahead and wrap up our last side quest while we're back at the sink as well. Oh, wait. I can search the Giant Robo-Scorpion. How am I doing that? I don't know. I'm just going to memorize that spot, though. Because I want all that stuff. It's hard. It's a little bit hard to make the mental switch to the fact that I am actually faster in sneak mode now. But it's true. Seriously. Just don't only manipulate one window at once. Come on. There we go. And we should be done fucking around with force fields. Don't need the... Yeah, we are. We don't need the sonic emitter anymore, which is nice. Save this little inventory space there as well. Jesus, tap dancing Christ, seriously. Alright, come on now. No more. Alright, let's put away Dr. Mobius's glove and Dr. Mobius's scrubs. Oh yeah, my radiation suits. Made a mistake. I actually want them in there because they are for repairs. Scientist, God, I'm losing my mind. Scientist scrubs are just for sale. Alright, there we go. I'm together now. Sorry about that. Lost my mind momentarily. restocked? Nope. Of course not.
Might I be of service, sir?
Almost done. Kindly repair those.
Might I be of service?
$140 caps. And we can just barely afford the implant, but I need some cushion so I can keep affording repairs, so I'm not going to buy it just yet. What else am I carrying? I should have lost weight after getting rid of the emitter. What did I miss? Oh, all this. Duh. Alright, we're going to want to refresh well rested. We're going to want to activate the smart lights because we can use the intelligence boost to pass some skill checks with Mobius. And let's head back to the Forbidden Zone. Alright, here goes. Let's try and find that body so we can search it. Oh, there we go. Perfect. Awesome. I didn't think it was searchable, but I was wrong. Alright, we got 2 little bedrooms to clean out. Then got 20 minutes or so to... We may not be able to quite get through all of it, but we'll try. We got to talk to Mobius, we got to talk to our brain, and we got to talk to the think tanks. There's a hefty chunk of dialogue at the end, just like there was at the beginning. Let's get that. Alright, now let me make sure I've got all the skill stat thresholds I need. Repair is good, science is good, speech is good, intelligence is good, perception is not. I need perception at 7. Other than that, I'm good. So how do I boost perception? I believe we can do it with a refreshing mentat. There we go. Alright, let's talk to Mobius. Let's make an anchor save before we do. It just feels like a good idea.
Oh, hello there. You are there, aren't you? Forgive my confusion. So hard to tell these days. You seem familiar somehow. I'm guessing you're here for your brain, perhaps? It's just up there. Such a nice brain, young, very bright. A little hard to see you. Can you walk into my left, right FOV cone? Ah, that's it. You're coming into focus nicely.
Is that better?
Depth perception is a problem with this old monitor of mine. Went black a while ago. That's old age for you. Should look at getting the visual nerves reattached. It's just that the right eye would see the wrong things. The flying tortoises were the worst. Would you care for a mentat?
Thanks. I'll save it for later. I don't know, I'm tripping pretty hard right now. Thanks.
I love mentats. Delicious and smarty. I have all sorts of amazingly science-terrific thoughts and ideas when those chalky tablets are zipping through my biogel. I forget them all not long after, though, especially with the data constipating my memory core. Afraid binary streams might shoot out my chassis. Had to start using the dome floor and walls here to inscribe equations, although I've somewhat lost track of where they start and end.
You aren't exactly what I was expecting.
Really? That implies preconceived notions, theories, and a hypothesis about this meeting? Please extrapolate. What was I supposed to be like? After all, it might be worth a cognitive realignment if your theoretical Mobius is better than I.
I need my brain back.
Do you? You seem fine without it. And does it even want to go back with you? Maybe you should ask it. It's quite independent, has all manner of opinions. Tell you what, I'll leave it up to your brain. If it wants to go, then fine. If not, well, you should respect its wishes.
There we go. Completed. Confront Dr. Mobius at the Forbidden Zone Dome. Retrieve your brain from the Forbidden Zone. And we've leveled up. I was curious about some things.
Oh, curiosity. I experience that less now that I know everything. Or maybe it was when I found out some unpleasant answers.
Repair 75. I can't fix your monitor, but if you're getting ghost reception, I can fix that.
The ghosts aren't real? That changes everything. Why, I can save my computing power for other perceptual impossibilities. Please be my guest. The receptor is there, and the side-switching wobbly bob, just turn that. Good, good, better. Oh, yes, that feels wonderful. This is even better than my afternoon mentats break.
Ethan, after Remake, my next side project, I think, is probably going to be, well, after New Vegas, my next main project is going to be the Baldur's Gate series. After Remake, I'm probably going to try and finish pushing through Prey before I do anything else, but we'll see. Why did you steal my brain? Give me a second. There we go. Yeah, why did you steal my brain?
Oh, a variety of reasons. You're something of a homily. Anomaly? You're really quite special, and not in the cranially challenged way. You see, you are the most successful brain extraction experiment ever performed here at Big Mountain. A victim of your own success, as it were. If you were to go back with what your brain knows about the procedure, well, your brain could be popped back in and you could walk right out of here. Can't have brains moving around of their own volition.
Why is that a problem?
I'm not sure, except that I'm sure there's a very good reason for it. I have very good reasons for almost everything I do. Even if I forget them occasionally. Although I feel this one is especially important. Oh, well.
I was curious about some things.
I find things curious as well. Go on.
Can you tell me about your Robo-Scorpions?
Well, every scientist needs an army. Mine came to me after these rather large scorpions kept coming in from the desert, like poisonous frosting. How scary, I thought. But they had survived when nothing else had. Perfect candidates for improvement as a reward for their tenacity. Then I thought, what if they shot energy bolts and acted as walking eyes and data-drained computers and acted as bullhorns? Then I made them bigger. Then I thought about custard. I do so love custard. Or was it mustard? Mustard custard. I miss sugars and salts.
I was curious about some things.
Yes, this is getting interesting. You are just filled with these little slices of curiosity, aren't you?
You don't seem aggressive. Why broadcast threats to the think tank?
Oh, I was probably tripping hard on Psycho when I sent that. Had to work myself up to it. Not usually violent, except when I am. Then, watch out! So many chems, such varieties. Whenever I take Mentats, I can feel my entire chassis breathe like a big spherical lung. As for the Psycho, sometimes get the chem dispositories in my tank all switched up. Go in the wrong tube. Still, served its purpose.
Wait, sounds like you built the Robo-Scorpions, issued threats to keep the think tank occupied.
Did I? Maybe I did. Can't have them leaving. Some reason for it. Ethics or, conscience? You and your brain are quite alike. I'm sure it knows the reasons better than I do.
Everything you've told me doesn't add up. Your plan, even your name, Mobius.
Dr. Mobius. Rather catchy, isn't it? It's my name, and my new name overwrote the old one. This name's as real as you or I, although I believe your brain expressed similar incredulity at the nature of such an appellation. Someone's been watching too many old-world science fiction movies, it said. I believe it meant me. I must admit I have a vulnerability for holotape fantasies of planets and robots and all that is forbidden. As for the name I was born with, like the think tank, we were all reprogrammed to forget them, take on new names. It enforces the recursion loop in our perception programming.
Science 50. You reprogrammed their names as part of a recursion loop? What, to trap their processors?
Now, trap is a rather harsh word, like excrement. Not an inappropriate word, but still rather harsh. But, yes, I did take some liberties with their programming. It's all right, they don't remember. I certainly didn't until you said trap, and then I said excrement, and then...
Okay. Now we're getting into the forest of skill checks. I have a list of them, I just want to make sure I pass them all. Why did you trap them?
The radar fence to keep the think tank hemmed in wasn't really enough. They keep testing things. They would have found a way to disarm it. I suspect I have Plan C's in place, but I may have coded myself to forget them, just in case. Probably very dangerous, lethal, or worse. So I had to do something else to keep them occupied here, or as you like to say, trapped. I prefer to have several Plan B's in case the A's fail.
Intelligence 7. Klein, Mobius, O's a circle, 8's an infinity symbol. They're all loops, I get it.
Oh, you figured it out. No pun intended. Dr. O, which is actually not his real name multiplied, since you can't multiply his real name in the first place. Ouroboros, Klein, they have all forgotten themselves. And not only themselves, but the world, sense of time, and history. All that is left is what's here. I reprogrammed their chronometers, geometers, and cartography programs. This is now their world, here, Big Mountain. It was a merciful lobotomy, really, thinking back. They were my friends, but sometimes they would take things too far. And the world isn't ready for that kind of too-far thing-taking. That's my professional opinion, anyway. And I am told I was once quite professional.
Alright. So we passed the first Intelligence 7 check. It's kind of an asshole thing to do to your friends. Intelligence 7. Minor detail, but a snake devouring its own tail is Ouroboros, not Ouroboros.
Really? It is so unlike me to make an error in anything I do.
If you lobotomized the think tank, why terrorize them?
Well, it's simple. Despite their many failings, they are rather bright. They are the think tank for a reason. That I didn't change. Without something to distract them, make them afraid, they would simply deduce what had happened. And when they start deucing it up, then you came along, the final variable solved. They saw that their world was larger than they perceived. Bacteria, finally able to see its host.
Alright, we passed that one. Getting there. But there must have been other signs of a larger world.
There have been other visitors to make them doubt their perceptions, but you are the one who dialed back their monitor micromagnifiers. You were irrefutable proof that there was a world outside. And then there was the whole brain fiasco, which forced me to take steps. See, your brain had a special kind of wrinkle, a uniquity that they had never thought to try in all their countless escape attempts.
Perception 7. The bullet that went into my brain, Doc Mitchell tried to patch me up, but...
Yes, very good. I should have mentats ingest you instead of the other way around. Mentats. In any event, you showed up at the think tank, and because you had suffered a cranial injury in just the right place, bullets in the head are usually much more fatal, and yours was a light case of bullet headitis. But it was enough for the autodoc in the sink to change its programming to fix the problem, and the brain extraction technology for once worked. That gave the think tank the knowledge its brains couldn't possess. With that knowledge, the procedure can be reversed. If they obtain that procedural data, they can use it to mush and modify their cranial selves into hosts to slip past the radar fence. I'm sure of it. And once they're off the reservation...
So if I don't get my brain back in my head, I can't leave, ever?
Oh no, I doubt your brain would be so unreasonable. It already knows the trick of it, you see. Doesn't need to be in a host body at all. If you become friends or exist in an uneasy truce with weapons aimed at each other, it would unlock the fence for you. Well, once the think tank was dealt with, of course. Your brain is a responsible sort. Doesn't want mad scientists running around everywhere.
So you set your threats on a loop to keep them occupied. Intelligence 7. Klein said they had the idea to get the 3 technologies after your broadcast. Coincidence?
I consider coincidence to be profanity, along with the words astrology, herbal tea, and luck. So watch it, potty mouth. My threat broadcast is designed to instill and install fear. And along with the emotional download, other data rides the fear carrier wave. It prompted them to focus on retrieving those technologies and bring them to attack me. And coincidentally, pardon my language, all those technologies are needed to put a brain, your brain, back into its skull properly.
Almost done. Got 3 checks left in this conversation. What is the purpose of the technologies?
The X2 antenna can be used to focus your alpha wave frequency thought patterns. The sneaky suit? Why, it houses a cardiac regulator. And the sonic sound wave projecto emitter was never intended as a weapon. It was a medicinal vertebrae pulse desensitizer. In short, brains, a heart, and courage. Spine. I think there was a story once where a band of murderous thugs sought these things. They had them all the time in the story. Didn't stop them from murdering to get them. And it won't stop the think tank either.
Was there any other data transmitted in your threat broadcast?
Yes, my overly aggressive cammed-up broadcast was designed to keep reinforcing the forget, fear, rinse, and repeat program. Oh, and the get me the things to castrate your only possible escape attempt. But I couldn't delete you or your arrival any more than I could the other visitors. Only so much science can do when you started talking to them. You're really quite difficult to ignore, you know. It's because you're, well, rather intriguing, if you'll forgive an old brain for saying so.
But the think tank downloaded the schematics, not the items. They can rebuild them.
Oh, that means my plan is a total failure. That is unfortunate. Oh well, at least I tried.
Alright, missing a couple, but... Okay, yeah, we can pass Medicine 65, a cranial injury from the attack outside Good Springs.
Yes.
So you set your threats on a loop to keep them occupied? Yeah, we can get back to that dialogue check and pass it with any of the 3 skill thresholds, but...
Yes, I certainly wouldn't loop it on purpose. Purpose. I am far too sophisticated to make such a childish error.
Do you know anything about the other visitors?
Not much, except they contaminated Big Mountain and installed new ideas in the think tank. One caused a great deal of infrastructure damage with his brain and smartiness. Ruthless, that one. Played a little rough with the trains. But the last one was the most dangerous. Him, slipping away. That was almost as bad as the think tank escaping.
What do you mean?
The first one, the ruthless one who smashed up our toy trains, asked for weapons, power, items he could use to destroy a nation with force. The other asked a different question, and with it got the true answer about what makes nations and what breaks them. He spoke to the think tank to climb, showed them the flag of the old world, and it made them remember all of it, all that had happened. They shared things with him that they shouldn't. He now carries those ideas, that knowledge elsewhere.
He's talking about Ulysses. Let me see.
What?
gun's 75. The only wrinkle is the one that bullet made going into my brain pan.
Yeah.
Trying to remember. Where is it? I think I missed one, but oh well. Time for me to go. Goodbye.
Indeed. The goodbye part of our little chat then. Goodbye. Please mind the equations on the floor.
And we'll go ahead and level up at level 41. I'm going to take unarmed to 100, lockpick to 100, science to 100, and repair to 96. And let me look at something else right quick. We're starting to max out skills now. Big time. It's very exciting. Alright. Excellent. Alright. Now... in the next stream on Thursday, because I'm out of time, we'll have a chat with our own brain. How very meta. Until then, those of you who are watching live with me on Twitch, thank you so much for joining me. If you're new and you like what you saw, this was an anomaly, I know. After the Giant Robo-Scorpion, it was mostly dialogue, but we're at the end of an expansion. That's how it goes. If you like what you saw, I hope you'll hit the follow button. Stick around, see when we stream again. If you're watching later on YouTube, I hope you'll like the video, subscribe to the channel. All of my content makes its way over there. And regardless of the platform you're on, I hope you'll consider joining our Discord server, the link to which is either in the video description on YouTube or the channel description on Twitch. We discuss what you'd like to see me play, talk about anything and everything, and generally have a lot of fun. Regardless of any of the above, thank you so much for your time, and thank you for watching, and I hope you have a fantastic day. Next stream is going to be Thursday morning. There, I think we will finish this expansion. There's still probably an hour's worth of dialogue between the brain and the think tank, but we'll see. We'll try and finish it out. Thanks, everybody. See you Thursday. Bye-bye.